Vice President Biden, your reaction, and just 40% of Americans say they would definitely agree to take a coronavirus vaccine if it was approved by the government. What steps would you take to give Americans confidence in a vaccine if it were approved?
Make sure it's totally transparent. Have the scientists of the world see it, know it, look at it, go through all the processes. And by the way, this is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by the summer. We're about to go into a dark winter. And he has no clear plan, and there's no prospect that there's going to be a vaccine available for the majority of the American people before the middle of next year.
President Trump, your reaction, he says you have no plan.
We're going to have a dark winter at all. We're opening up our country. We've learned and studied and understand the disease, which we didn't at the beginning. When I closed and banned China from coming in heavily infected, and then ultimately Europe, but China was in January. Months later, he was saying I was xenophobic. I did it too soon. Now he's saying, oh, I should have, moved quicker. But he didn't move quicker. He was months behind me, many months behind me. And frankly, he ran the H1N1 swine flu, and it was a total disaster, far less lethal, but it was a total disaster. Had that had this kind of numbers, 700,000 people would be dead right now, but it was a far less lethal disease.
Hey family, real quick, I have a question to ask y'all, but before I do, I want to give a shout out to someone actually that made a comment on the last video. I think her name is Miss Black 00, right? I try to respond back to you, but YouTube have a feature where I can see your comment, but I can't respond back to you and shit, or it doesn't show up in the comment section of the video, but I can see it on the notification part of the video, if you understand what I'm saying. So I want to give a shout out. I respect what you stated in this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to piggyback on what you were saying, but I'm going to paraphrase. So basically what Ms. Black was saying, that why is Biden making statements like it's going to be a dark, dark winter, right? Is that a code word? That's what she stated in the comment, which makes sense. Is that a code word that either one, the coronavirus is going to attack dark-skinned people? It's like a code word, you know what I mean? Because for me, it's wintertime now and it's sunshine out this bitch, you know what I'm saying? So could it be either possible that they're going to turn the lights off soon, giving us like heads up, or giving the powers that shouldn't be, or giving people that's in the know some heads up what's going to happen, or because he's talking about the virus, you know what I'm saying? So could it be possible that he's telling us what's going to happen to dark-skinned people? The only dark-skinned people on this planet is black people and shit, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Another thing I always consider, like, how the fuck they be knowing like how many people's gonna die? Like they'll say it's gonna be 500,000 people that's gonna succumb to the coronavirus between now and this date. Like how do they know this? Are they making this shit happen, or are they lying about this is what's in fact happening because they're trying to scare you into taking the vaccine and shit? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it, man. Because for me, I can't predict what's gonna happen tomorrow. Now sometimes I do have some premonition or revelation or vision, if you will, but a lot of times it's not, this shit don't come true, you know what I mean? Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. So, but how do they know? Like, they be putting like numbers and shit, like, how do they know it's going to be that exact amount of people? And sometimes after they announce this shit's going to happen, then later on, 2 months later, they say, oh, we had 2 million or 500,000 deaths and shit, right? It's like they hit target. Are they lying about this shit, or really and truly people are dying from the motherfucker because they know how long the so-called coronavirus take people out, or even the vaccine now and shit? I'm just saying, this is a question, family. Can somebody help me with this shit and tell me how they're able to predict? And I know people are gonna say, well, they're gonna base it based on trends, and they're gonna take man, I don't want to hear that shit. Look, how the fuck do they know this amount of people, 150,000 people, are gonna die from this shit? Or they expect 500,000 people to die between now and then, and this shit happen, according to them anyway, according to their reports. Just something for y'all to think about. But again, what does dark, dark winter mean? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna go dark and shit, or the fucking power gonna go out, or it's gonna be a dark winter for darkies, black people? You know what I mean? The winter for us is gonna be fucked up. In other words, dark-skinned people are gonna have a hard winter. Is that what he means? I'm just saying. Let me know in the comment section. Shalom.